just so you know, I've started the recording. Yeah, so first of all, thank you all for coming. Thank you all for, uh, giving us a chance with the baseball this season and all that kind of stuff. We really appreciate it. And so today's meeting is going to be pretty quick. Hopefully it'll be under a half hour. If you have any questions throughout, then by all means, just unmute yourself and let me know what that question is. We try to get as most of the information that you're going to need for the season out there now. All of the coaches have been selected. We had a meeting with them earlier in the week. So they have a bunch of additional pieces of information, and so they're going to be a good resource for you as well. Okay, so first thing that I wanted to touch on is just our general code of conduct. We don't have one formally written yet, but I wanted to make sure that everybody kind of understands that, you know, our program is there is an expectation that we are we behave ourselves at baseball games, at baseball practices. So we're not the organization that that is always giving a hard time to the other team, to the umpires, and those types of things. If you notice something that you're not comfortable with, then by all means, reach out to me, let me know, whether it's our team or their team. I think as a league, we want to move in that direction as well, to make sure that, we remove any of those types of barriers to kids playing and to kids umpiring our baseball games, which, this season there are some capacity issues with umpires and things like that. So we want to make sure that we make it a great environment for both players, umpires, and parents and fans and all that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to make sure that that was noted out front. The next thing on my list is equipment. So just so everybody knows that all our players are going to require their own helmet with face guard. That is a requirement throughout every age group. So that's something that you're going to need. You're going to need your own glove. Outside of that, there are no real requirements. You're going to get yourself a jersey and a hat, which may or may not be there for game one. I'm not sure yet. It's going to be tight on the scheduling on that, but you'll get that. You should wear those to all your games. In terms of pants, we wear gray pants. So if you're going out to purchase baseball pants, then gray. If just all gray is good. If you're going to get a piping down the side, then get navy blue down the side. And if you don't want to buy baseball pants, then there is no requirement that you do so. But you are going to need some sort of athletic wear. It's probably not best to play in jeans or something like that. So Centertown Sports is a good spot. You can get helmets and pants and all that kind of stuff. It's in Barrie. You can Google search that. In terms of bats, most or all the teams will get a bat from us, at least one. The quality of said bat may not be the greatest, but it will be serviceable. If you're going out to purchase bats, there are specific ones that are approved and not approved for our league play. If you refer to our website, it will have a link to Softball Canada, which will give you a list of basically what they call stamps on the bats that need to be there in order for it to be approved for league play. Other than that, cleats, if you want them, then you can definitely you can get them. They can't be steel, so they have to be rubber or plastic. But running shoes are more than fine. Anything that's closed-toed, you're not going to be able to wear sandals or flip-flops and things like that. But that's just straightforward. So that's the equipment piece of the thing. Uniforms, code of conduct. Any questions on those types of things? No. Okay. So then The other couple more things. One, I wanted to kind of just go through our website and a couple things about that, which is new. I'm going to share my screen here. All right, can you guys see my screen now? Maybe somebody unmute and say yes.
Yeah, we can see it, Mike.
Okay, perfect. All right, so this is our new website. I like it. It's much better than no website. But the couple things that I wanted to go through here. So this is on a desktop. It looks a little bit different on your device, but each of you would have been assigned to a team now. So Team Finder will bring up the list of our teams. If you know what team you're on, you can select that. And then from here, this is where all of the team information is. So player roster, which you won't have to refer to very often, schedule and results that you may want to see from time to time once the schedule is, and then your team calendar, which will show all of your activities that are coming up, and you can kind of see them here. The one thing on this that I wanted to show you is once you're in your team calendar here, there's this subscribe button here. If you click on that, it'll bring you to another page. And essentially what you can do is you can take your team, and it has a few settings here, include major organizational events. And what you can do is it shows you how to sync this to your own calendar so that it shows up on your device. So depending on what type of phone you have or what type of device you have, you can just sync it right to our website so that it's right on your calendar, your everyday calendar, so you can see it and get your reminders and all that kind of stuff. So I know I use this for hockey, and it's quite handy. And if anything changes, like your game changes, it gets canceled or whatever, it'll show up right on your own calendar. So that's a function that you may want to consider if you so desire. So that's the one thing that I wanted to show you there. The league will at some point here be releasing a new website similar to, for those of you in hockey, similar to their website. So that will happen in the next few weeks, I imagine, once the schedule is released. In terms of schedule, right now we have all of your practices are on there for the season. And the games for everybody will start on the week of the 23rd of May. So on the 23rd, our U9s and U17s will start their season. The 24th, the U11s will start their season, and the 25th, the U13s will start their season. And then the regular season will go to, I believe the last week of the regular season is the July 18th weekend. That's a 9-week schedule, after which playoffs would start. That will be no longer than 4 weeks. So the season itself will end completely, barring any craziness happening, will be the week of August 15th. So a couple weeks earlier than if you've played in the past, that's a couple weeks earlier than we have done so. So that's the schedule that will be coming in soon. I will say that a very recent development happened on Wednesday. We had, I don't know what you'd call it, a petition to the township to have our diamond fees waived for the season, because Tiny and Tay do that for their minor ball programs. That was denied on Wednesday. So we have decided that we're going to move a bunch of our Monday and Tuesday programming from Phelpston to HCS in Elmville. It doesn't really affect us too much, other than we're just simply not going to be on the hook for the fees for those nights. We will keep our U5s and U7s in Phelpston on Wednesday nights. We'll keep our U13s in Hillsdale on Wednesday nights. And so our U9s are going to play in HCS, our U11s are going to play at HCS, and our U17s, who normally would play in Waverly, are actually going to play in Elmville at the Arena Diamond on Mondays. So that's just happened in the last few days. Kind of worked that out. Practices on Sunday nights. We have canceled our permit, but the intention is that we still show up. So whatever's on the schedule is what we are going to do. We're just going to be at the mercy of other people potentially renting the diamond out on Sunday nights. In the past, we've never had issues. We've never had to pay for it on Sunday nights, but this season we're going to have to. So, and that's where the bulk of our costs are coming from. So at this point, we're not going to permit it. I'm going to try to work it out with the township that if somebody does book the diamond, that we'll get notified. But at this point, we'll just leave it as it is, and we'll just show up like we have in the past. So that's the website and the schedule piece that I have. Questions on that? No? Okay, so let me move this. Okay, so all right, so then the other thing that I want to talk to you about is for everybody but the U11s, you should have received a text from a website called Sideline HD, asking you to kind of claim your player, which I'm hoping that most people will do, and maybe just upload a picture. It'll help for the streaming. So if you haven't received a text, then reach out and let me know, and I'll check to see what phone number I put in there and kind of get that worked out. That'll just help. We're going to try and stream all our home games this season, and that just makes it look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. So you fill in a little bit of that information for me. And then the last thing I wanted to touch on was the Sports Heads app, which is like just a cell app or a device app that's based off of our website. So you all should have received invites through I think through your email to download the app. You've all been assigned teams, so you should have access to the app. What I'm going to do now is just kind of walk you through a few of the functions on that. I'm going to share my my phone screen, so just bear with me. All right, can you guys see that?
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
So that's my home screen on my phone. So the app itself is called the Sports Heads app. So once you download it, you should be able to open it up. And if you're on multiple teams, then they'll all show up at the top. Okay, so these ones that don't have the well, the one is the Elmville Minor Hockey thing. The other two are my my two kids' teams for Hillsdale. I've asked them to put our logo in there, so that will come, I think, at some point. But essentially, what I wanted to show you is if we just click on one of the teams here, right away down at the bottom, it shows you the events that are happening within the next, well, 4 days, 3 or 4 days. So that's just a nice little thing. But if you hit the hamburger icon in the top left here, we have events, which will show you all of your events for that team. If they were games, they have the map down at the bottom. So if you don't know where a diamond is, it will show you where it is, and you can just kind of do your directions if you want to. So that's a nice feature, especially for people that are new to the league. The other thing within the event itself, it has this attending, yes, no, maybe. All right, so the one thing you'll want to note is that up at the top, user selector, I have Michael and Morgan. So your coaches are less worried about whether or not the parents are going, but they are interested in knowing whether the kids are going or not. So I've told them to all use this app for to figure out whether or not they're going to have enough players attending, who's attending, or whatever. And it really helps them to make their batting order, make their defensive lineup. So please do them a favor and make sure that you're checking your kids in and out throughout the summer for everything, practices and games. Okay, so that's the one thing there, attendance on the events. And it's no problem, you know, most coaches don't have a problem with you missing time. It's just that they need to know, because they will lay out what the game's going to look like in terms of who's playing where. And when somebody doesn't show that they expected to, it gets a little messy, and it's tough to be as fair as possible when you were trying to do things in real time while it's happening. So so there's that. And then I've also told them to use the Messenger app here as a as kind of a primary communication tool. So this is just basically like any group text sort of thing that you would have, only it's all of the teammates are already in there. So anybody on the U17 that has the app would have got this message from myself on April 19th. So I've told them to use that app as the primary communication tool. It's a little easier than shooting emails all around all the time. So essentially those are the two things that I wanted to show you in the app. A, download it. B, use the attendance, and then use the chat group if you're so desire, if you need to communicate something to the team. And I think that's about it for the app piece of it. Oh. Any questions before I get out of the application itself?
No, it's all good.
Cool. All right, so essentially that's all I really think I needed to, or that's all on my list anyway. That's all I wanted to kind of communicate to you guys, get you guys set up with the website, syncing your calendar so it's always on there, and then get you into the app so that you can make sure you let your coaches know that that you're coming or not coming, all that kind of stuff. And then yeah, just go over the equipment usage or needs. So I'm done talking at that point. If anybody has any questions, now would be a great time to ask those.
Yeah, Mike, you said
Yep.
the games that they're moving from Phelpston to Elmville. You mean the rink, the diamond behind the rink, or the main diamonds on the main strip there?
So the U9s and U11, so you're U11,
Yep.
that would be at the HCS, that's at the school, not at the arena.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm still working out the logistics in terms of our bases and like our chalk and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to store some of our own stuff in their shed, and we'll get a we'll get a key to that or whatever. I don't know exactly what it looks like. So the stuff will be there. So it'll function very similar to Phelpston or Hillsdale. It's just in a different location. So.
Okay, it'll always be on the same diamond, or can it be one of the two or whatever that are there?
Yeah, so it'll be all on the same diamond. The U9s are going to play at the what would it be? Not the one.
Peacock or whatever.
No, not Beacock, and not the one kitty corner from the Tim Hortons. The other one, kind of at the other corner.
Okay.
Of the diamond. So that's where the U9s are going to play. The U11s will play at the one that is kitty corner to Tim Hortons.
Okay.
So
perfect.
Yep. And then the U17s will be at the arena on Mondays.
Alrighty. And I don't know about anybody else on the U11s, but we didn't get that claim play or that text. I don't know if we were supposed to. Or
yeah, everybody but the U11s. I had not done that yet for them, so I will endeavor to get that done
alrighty.
soon. But yeah, I'll get that done. And the other thing is, if you didn't get it, it's possible. I just took the first phone number that was used on your registration and assumed it was a cell number. It could have been a home number, so it's possible that a text went to a home number. So if you don't have one, then that could have been the problem. So.
Alrighty.
Anybody else? Okay,
Just make
well,
me be the only one, I guess.
yeah, they're perfect. We'll take that. Everybody gets to enjoy the rest of the hopefully a great day, and yeah, so we'll get started I guess next week for just about everybody, right? So yeah, so I'll update the calendar probably today with any of the changes related to the Elmville thing. / we also removed our U11 OASA team this morning, so I'll make some adjustments from that, but everything should be good to go kind of by the end of the day. So that's all right, perfect. So I'm going to stop the recording at this point. Everybody have yourself a great day, and we'll see you on the field.
Thanks, Mike.